You watched the last video, you jumped into the comments, and you told me exactly which bands I missed. So this one's different. It's based entirely on your comments. Here are 10 criminally underrated alternative metal bands from the 90s, Viewer's Choice Edition. Let's get into it. Number 10, Primer 55. Primer 55 came out of Memphis in 1997, blending heavy metal riffs with hip-hop attitude at a time when that sound was exploding. You can hear it clearly on their Island Records debut, Introduction to Mayhem, and its follow-up, The New Release, which actually hit number 1 on Billboard's Heat Seekers chart and even cracked the Billboard 200. They toured with big names like Slipknot, Soulfly, and Fear Factory, and landed some rock radio play with This Life. Number 9, Pitch Shifter. These guys started out doing industrial metal like their buddies in Godflesh, but then they started throwing everything into the mix. Pounding metal guitars, rapid-fire drum and bass beats, electronic samples, you name it. In 1998, they named their album www.pitchshifter.com. They toured with massive acts like Korn, Tool, and Ministry, and scored a huge boost when their breakout single, Genius, was featured on the Mortal Kombat Annihilation soundtrack, helping the album go platinum and bringing them wider recognition. Number 8, Candiria. Candiria didn't just play metal, they practically reinvented it with a style they called urban fusion. They were doing mathcore before that was even a term, using complex time signatures and underground hits like Faction and 3 Times Again. Then tragedy struck in 2002 when their tour van was destroyed by a tractor trailer, leaving the entire band hospitalized with serious injuries. Against all odds, Candiria returned just 2 years later with What Doesn't Kill You, featuring their mangled van on the cover. Number 7, Prong. Prong helped define what 90s alternative metal even sounded like, mixing tight thrash riffs with heavy industrial groove in a way that later influenced bands like 9 Inch Nails and Korn. Their key song started with the sharp, no-nonsense punch of Beg to Differ, got more experimental on Unconditional, and hit their peak with Snap Your Fingers, Snap Your Neck, a massive headbanger's ball favorite with an unforgettable groove. Tracks like Another Worldly Device and the darker, more polished Rude Awakening sealed their reputation as masters of stripped-down, precision-heavy metal. Number 6, Coal Chamber. Coal Chamber are one of the bands that helped define early nu metal in the late 90s. Formed in Los Angeles in 1992, they came up alongside Korn and leaned hard into a dark, creepy vibe they called spooky core, mixing heavy grooves with gothic and industrial touches. They scored big with songs like Loco, Big Truck, and Sway. but constant internal drama led to multiple breakups over the years. Even so, their stripped-down riffs, tortured vocals, and refusal to follow metal rules left a lasting mark on the genre. Number 5. Non-Point. Formed in 1997, Non-Point built their signature groove-heavy sound through independent releases, with early fan favorites like Victim, Double Stacked, and Hive, showing off their mix of pounding rhythms, rap metal energy, and Elias Soriano's sharp staccato vocal style. Songs like Levels and Endure showed they were already locked into that heavy rhythmic style that would later define their career. Number 4. Spineshank. Spineshank are one of those late 90s bands that perfectly blended nu metal heaviness with cold industrial textures. Formed in Los Angeles in 1996, they broke through with albums like Strictly Diesel and hit their stride on the height of callousness. Delivering standout tracks like New Disease, Synthetic, and the Grammy-nominated Smothered. After years away, the band reunited in 2025 and are fully active again, working on new music and hitting major festivals in 2026. Number 3. Helmet. Helmet had a huge run in the 90s, quietly reshaping heavy music along the way. After starting in the underground, they blew up with Meantime in 1992, giving us classics like Unsung and In the Meantime. Then pushed things further with the heavier, more experimental Betty and songs like Milk Toast. They showed up everywhere from MTV to movie soundtracks, all while keeping a no-frills, anti-rock star image. By the time they wrapped up the decade with Aftertaste, Helmet had already influenced an entire generation of alternative and metal bands. Number 2. American Head Charge. Before they broke big in the 2000s, American Head Charge were tearing up the late 90s Minneapolis underground. Formed in 1996, they stood out with a harsh industrial sound, wild live shows, and raw early releases like Trepanation in 1999. Songs like Reach and Touch and When I Failed helped build serious buzz, catching the attention of System of a Down's Shavo Odagian and eventually producer Rick Rubin. By the end of the decade, American Head Charge were already primed to explode beyond the underground. Number 1. Ultraspank. Ultraspank were part of that late 90s nu metal wave that blended heavy guitars with cold industrial electronics. After forming in the mid-90s, They made their mark with their 1998 self-titled debut, powered by the gritty single 5, which a lot of fans first heard through video games. They followed it up with Progress in 2000, leaning into a darker, more melodic sound on tracks like Crumble and Click. Even though the band didn't last long, those albums went on to build a strong cult following and later led vocalist Pete Murray and guitarist Neil Godfrey to form Low Pro, carrying Ultraspank's sound into the next era. So that's it. 10 criminally underrated 90s alternative metal bands picked by the viewers. If this list unlocks some memories or put a few new bands on your radar, do me a favor and let me know. Drop your own picks in the comments. Tell me who still deserves more love. I'll see you in the next one.